Welcome to the deep dive. Today, well, it really is the end of an era we're looking at. Everton's final Premier League match at Goodison Park. 133 years that stadium stood since 1892. You can almost imagine the atmosphere, the history swirling around.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these places aren't just bricks and mortar, are they? They get woven into the club's identity. Think of the generations of fans. It's a massive emotional connection. Saying goodbye is, well, it's significant.
Yeah, definitely a mix of reflection and maybe looking ahead too. And the match itself, Everton hosting Southampton. Premier League match week 37, that was Sunday, May 18th, 2025, ended 2-0 to Everton. But, as we always do here, we want to dig a bit deeper than just the score.
Exactly. Our mission, if you like, is to understand the key moments, the whole historical weight of this farewell, and what it really meant for both clubs involved.
And we've been looking at the official Premier League match report for this one, trying to pull out those narratives.
That's right. Plenty to get into beneath the surface of those two goals.
Okay, let's start with Everton then. Obviously a day packed with sentiment. That pre-match atmosphere must have been something else, eh? All focused on saying goodbye to the old ground.
The report definitely hints at that. Heightened anticipation, fans there early, a real buzz, but maybe a bit of reverence too. And then, bang, Iliman Ndiaye steps up. What a performance he put in.
He really did. 2 goals. The first one, just 6 minutes in, described as a sublime finish.
Yeah, after this mazy run, found the bottom corner. Just brilliant individual skill, especially on a day with that kind of emotional charge already there.
And the second one right before the break. Added time, wasn't it?
That's right, 45 plus 2, a tap in this time. Dwight McNeil setting him up. It's amazing how one player can just write themselves into the history books like that on that specific day.
Yeah, it really is. Did the report say much about his form leading up to this or anything?
Not specifically about his overall season, no. But clearly he rose to the occasion here. What's also interesting is Everton could have had more. Beto had 2 goals chalked off for offside.
Ah, right. So it could easily have been a wider margin. Shows their intent, I suppose.
Definitely shows attacking intent. And for Southampton, probably a bit of relief seeing the flag go up, but it underlines the pressure they were under defensively.
Were there other moments highlighted? Everton pushing forward?
Oh, yeah. Ndiaye's run for the first goal, obviously. But he also set up Beto later on, suggesting some link-up play. And James Garner, he forced a decent save from Ramsdale, too. So they weren't just sitting back and soaking it in. They were actively creating chances.
And the subs, they seemed pretty significant too, didn't they? Same as Coleman going off early.
Yeah, injured, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The captain. And the report mentions a big standing ovation for him. Must have been quite a moment.
Absolutely. A real poignant thing for a player like him at that club.
Totally. And Ashley Young came on for him, noted as his final home game. Then later Doucouré went off. And the report says it looked like a farewell wave from him, too.
It's those little moments, isn't it? They add so much to the whole story of the day.
They really do. These human gestures, the connection with the fans, the ground. And you had Michael Keane and Calvert-Lewin coming on, too. Potentially their last home games as well. Adds another layer, maybe a changing of the guard feel.
Feels like more than just leaving a stadium, maybe a real turning point for Everton. And David Moyes' comments after the match, they touched on that future, didn't they?
Yeah, he mentioned feeling honored to manage Everton into the new stadium, the Hill Dickinson Stadium, but also acknowledged the work needed, rebuilding, trying to recreate that Goodison atmosphere.
That's the big challenge, isn't it? Transferring that spirit.
Exactly. His hope for that connection in the new place shows how vital it is. The bricks change, but the spirit needs carrying forward.
And Goodison isn't disappearing entirely. The report mentioned the women's team.
That's right. Everton women will play there. A nice touch, keeps the stadium alive in a way, continues its legacy. Plus, the move to the new ground is obviously tied into finance's future ambitions.
Yeah, the report didn't go deep into the numbers, I suppose.
No, not specific financials. But it's generally understood, isn't it? Bigger capacity, modern facilities means more revenue. The aim is long-term competitiveness.
Okay, let's flip to Southampton's side of things. Came into this bottom of the league, just 12 points. Their manager, Simon Rusk, apparently wanted to spoil the party. Tough ask, coming into that atmosphere.
Very tough. And, well, the first half performance, the report highlights it starkly. 0 shots on goal for Southampton.
Wow, 0.
0. Apparently only the 3rd team all season in the Premier League to do that in the first half. Really sums up their struggles, doesn't it?
Right.
Especially in attack.
But Rusk said he was encouraged by the second half. Did things pick up?
They did, yeah. The report suggests a more proactive Southampton after the break. Ross Stewart made Pickford work. And Pickford also pulled off an outstanding stop. That's the phrase used to deny Cameron Archer.
Okay, so they did create something.
They did. Will Smallbone hit the post too.
Yeah.
So genuine chances created. But, it all came a bit too late to really change the game's outcome.
Right, maybe finding some fight when the pressure was slightly off, but not enough overall.
Seems that way. And considering this is their 29th defeat of the season, equaling a record, it paints a bleak picture of their campaign.
A really tough season for them, and they finish against Arsenal.
Yeah, another massive challenge, probably just about pride for them now, maybe looking at players for next season.
Okay, just to round off some key details from the report. Packed house, attendance 39,201.
Yep, Michael Oliver was the ref. VAR checked Ndiaye's second goal, but it stood.
Yellow cards too. Flynn Downs for Southampton, James Garner for Everton.
And tactically, Everton set up 4-2-3-1. Pickford, Branthwaite, McNeil, key figures. Southampton went with a 3-4-2-1, Ramsdale in goal, Harwood, Bellis, Ward-Prowse in midfield. Gives you an idea of the shapes, even if the report doesn't go into deep tactical analysis.
Yes, and the head-to-head historically. Pretty even, but Everton maybe just edging it.
Generally, yeah. Recent games have been mixed, though. Standard Premier League unpredictability, I suppose.
So putting it all together then, this deep dive really shows a day dominated by the emotion for Everton. A huge farewell. Ndiaye the hero with those goals, a victory that felt almost, preordained.
Did have that feel, didn't it? And contrasted sharply with Southampton's day, another difficult result, highlighting a really tough season for them.
Definitely a day etched into Everton's history, a proper send-off for Goodison in front of that passionate crowd.
And maybe that leaves a final thought for you listening. Think about that connection, club and stadium. What actually makes a building feel like home? What are those intangible things? How much of a team's identity, its soul, is tied up in its physical location? And what are the real challenges, maybe even opportunities, when a club moves? Something to ponder as Everton embarks on this new chapter.